have followed Kurt into the arena, and it looks to me like Kurt Angle is headed into the impact zone. Sunday, August the 7th at Hardcore Justice, Kurt Angle has the opportunity to once again become World Heavyweight Champion, standing in Angle's way. It's the insane icon Sting, who just like Kurt, realizes the importance of this world title match, especially as it pertains to the battle for power with Immortal. And Taz, have you ever seen anyone more driven than Kurt when he has a goal that he wants to accomplish?
No, sir, man. Kurt Angle is a machine once driven. Sting, beware.
Hogan, why don't you come out here right now so we can end this once and for all?
What is this all about? Kurt Angle has requested the presence of Immortal's Hulk Hogan. What did he say to end this? End this once and for all? End what?
Not quite sure. I know anytime the Hulkster walks out here on Impact Wrestling, everything matters. Hogan running the show here, running the ship along with Eric Bischoff, and Kurt Angle doesn't seem to be in a talking mood. A little P.O.
And that's a serious look on the face of the Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle.
All week long, you've been blowing up my phone. And after 3 days of me not answering, I figured you get the hint. But you just kept calling and calling. You kept offering me the same offer over and over again. Let's get one thing straight. There's nothing appealing to me about Immortal. When I see Immortal, what I see are a bunch of ass kissers led by two of the biggest scumbags in the world, Eric Bischoff and you. Now, I am going to beat Sting at Hardcore Justice, but it's going to be for the right reasons. For one, for the World Heavyweight title. Because that's exactly why I'm in this business. And two, I never really beat Sting before. Not without outside interference. But I'll tell you this. I will beat Sting at Hardcore Justice. And when I beat him, I am going to prove that I am the best in the world. Do you know how it feels to be the best in the world? Huh, Hulk?
So, Kurt Angle, that's what this is all about. That's why you called me out here to ask Hulk Hogan if he knows what it's like to be the best. Yeah, Kurt Angle, I know what it's like to be the best, okay? When there was no Stinger, when there was no Matt Morgan, when there was no RVD, when there was no Kurt Angle, when there was no Beer Money, even when there was Andre the Giant, I still carried this business on my back, Jack. And I took every small little territory and I put it on my back and I carried those territories around until I turned this business into a damn international phenomenon, brother. Now, if you want to talk about knowing what it's like to have a bunch of 16-year-old punks buy tickets simply because they aspire to be me, yes, I know what it's like to be the best. And in 1984, brother, when you were still pooping in your diapers, dude, I was selling out arenas. I was packing in young punks like you who bought a ticket to see me. So yes, Mr. Angle, I know what it's like to be the damn best. Now that I can see we've got that cleared up, the damn reason I was calling you, brother, was because I thought that when I watched you out here in the ring, you had a vision of a higher level, one that maybe you could function on all the time, one that means a lot more money in this business. I don't care what you're making now. I don't care what you were making back then, and you damn sure can't eat the gold medals. At least your kids can anyway. But I made you an offer to go on to greatness and to make a lot more money. And this is what you do. You call me out here and you disrespect me.
Hold on. Whoa. You got it all wrong. I'm not disrespecting you. The fact that I do respect you is the reason why I'm not kicking your ass right here, right now. Hogan, let's get one thing clear. I'm not Ken Anderson. I can't be bought. When I signed with Dixie Carter 5 years ago, I promised her I'd be the best wrestler on the roster, and I take pride in that. But if you want to go all the way back to Hulkamania, let's go back to Hulkamania. Yeah, I paid to see you just like everybody else. You know why? Because you were great. You were something different. You were something that no one's ever seen before. And now, 25 years later, the name Hulk Hogan brings on a whole new meaning. Because the fact that you can't go anymore.
You know something, brother? You're crossing the line right now into some real dangerous territory. And if you're thinking that I'm going to climb in this ring and wrestle again, well, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm never going to step in this ring and wrestle again. I had to make a choice. After 30 years of being the greatest wrestler to ever step in this ring, 8 back surgeries, knee replacements, and hip replacements, I had to make a decision. My life or no life. And I chose quality of life, brother. But if you're going to insult me, if you're going to say something about my wife, Jennifer, or say something about my kids, I'm going to prove to you, brother, that I'm no fluke. And maybe you got to beat Sting because you just don't know. Maybe you've never beaten him the Kurt Angle way. And maybe the reason you're training for the Olympics is because you didn't pin the man. Maybe the judges like the Golden Boy from Pittsburgh with a broken neck, and they just gave that to you. Maybe that's why you're training for the Olympics. Maybe that was just a fluke too. But if you want to call me out, and you want to call me out man to man, and you want to fight me, you want to fight me over my pride, well, we're getting real close to seeing that happen right now, my brother.
Wow, Sting was right. I lit a fire under your ass, didn't I? You know what, Hogan? You're right. Just like in the Olympics, I want to go back to the Olympics. The older we get, the more the fire burns. There's no doubt in my mind you can still go. But you need to prove that to yourself.
Well, you know, Kurt, why don't you just spit it out? Why don't you just talk straight to me and quit beating around the bush? What are you trying to say, Kurt Angle?
Well, let's see, Hogan. You want to pay me a great deal of money to take out Sting. Why don't you take out Sting? Listen, Hogan, every great warrior has one more fight left in him. So why don't you prove it to yourself and to everybody in this world you can still do it. And don't call me again.
Now that's strong. Hulk Hogan, don't call me again. Kurt Angle, he not only turns down the invitation to join Immortals, but then Kurt Angle tells Hulk Hogan, you want to eliminate Sting? Hulk Hogan, take care of it yourself.
Yeah, no.
Mr. Bischoff.
The plane was late. I
Mr.
just got here.
Bischoff.
I'll be fine. Let me get caught up here. I promise I'll call you when I'm done, all right? All right. What?
The network sent this for you.
The who?
The network.
Pain in the ass.
Critics are calling Spike